Welcome back to Deals on Track. Today's dyno day, so I have the fear. But before we get to dyno, let me give you a speed run on what you've missed. Off camera, because it's pretty much chod work and nobody really wants to watch it, but you do need to know these things if you're turbocharging your MX5. I have done the following. First up, we've relocated the water bottle because there's now a turbo living where that should be. That's involved one of my own homebrew custom brackets and an off-the-shelf universal water bottle. That needed a slight loom relocate and pretty much bolts in a completely reversible fashion to the chassis legs. While we are on the subject of things bolting to the chassis leg, we have also solid mounted the fuel pressure regulator because it wasn't, and that is just ridiculous. While on the subject of remounting the fuel pressure regulator, I have changed every single rubber pipe that goes to and from said fuel lines to make sure that I don't have a thermal event. Moving over towards the west side of the engine, we have put in some grade 7 spark plugs because yes, don't forget spark plugs. You're probably going to need to get the proper ones in there because the original ones will turn into liquid. Moving slightly lower, we have changed the oil and oil filter because remember, we did fanny around with the sump and I wasn't too happy with that, so that has been service point completed. You'll also note we have the standard radiator in, not because that has any performance benefit, but that is now the third radiator I've had to put in this car because crap parts from eBay. Not getting into this, I'm not moaning about it, but just be aware, not all radiators are created equal. The standard one will do for now. Continuing towards the turbo, we have now installed a heat blanket because under bonnet temperatures, probably getting a bit high. This might not be the last that I do with regards to keeping the thermal stuff down in the engine, but for now it's a minimum. Just getting the hot side of the turbo covered will help dividends. Also, in completely unrelated news, I managed to get the under tray back on, or what's left of it, because I've had to butcher a lot of it to get space and such, plus we're missing a whole load of stuff, but we'll maybe come back to that at a later point in time. It's just not important right now. So, all that remains is to make sure that we are ready for boost, and that means installing one last thing. The boost solenoid, or boost regulator, or boost turn on and offerer, which basically intercepts between the wastegate actuator and the ECU, and allows the ECU to go bit more or bit less and turn that guy on and off. Now, yes, I did say I was only looking for actuator pressure in this. However, we have another case study that we've done on a 1.6, and that car actually performs very well right up to the red line. So much so with the same turbo, with 200 extra cc to play with, I'm starting to wonder if we're going to have a bit more boost just to keep a linear torque curve. It's a suspicion, one that Daniel has more than I do, but for the sake of installing this part that came with the kit, it gives us that option when we're on the rolling road. Remember, I'm on coin as soon as we hit that roller, so I want to make sure that if we have an option available to us, it's at least sitting there ready to go. Other than that, I really don't think I've got anything left I can do here. We're in the hands of the gods. Therefore, let's go to a dyno. There are some who are a lot less nervous when a car's on a dyno than others. And let me tell you, I'm in the others camp. I know the MX5 is a strong lump and it's proven itself well, but there's always a level of nerves when you strap a big resistance device to the back of your car and put it through its paces. However, once we've got the timing sorted, we start running through the RPM ranges and check what the car does at various open throttle levels. Adjusting the air-fuel ratios as we go, we can start winding in the boost, and before long, we get to a position where we're making choo-choo noises for the fun of it. So just to show the struggle, by the way, before we get to the power, this is what we had to deal with on the day. So, this is a good day for mapping a rear-wheel drive car, because you get to go and test it. No, you don't. No, we don't. No. Might not even get home.
I know.
This is good, isn't it?
I've got a Crown, which is...
You had a Crown, now you have a Snowball.
The Crown has murder in the snow.
Yeah, I don't think mine's is going to be any better now either. So the power, just as predicted and just as I wanted. We are a touch over 200 brake. I have kept this as conservative as I possibly can. The reason being, I don't want to overstress the engine. All we need is just over 200 brake so that the car will actually be more competitive. Why chase 250 and beyond when I just don't need it? We're adding stress to an engine that's pointless. However, on the subject of adding stress to an engine. So, if you want to know how my turbo project has gone, the simple answer is not very well. You join me at the side of Glasgow's premier motorway, the M8, where we have this situation ongoing, which is fucking marvellous. The bonnet's up, no point, because I've already immediately found the hole in the block. So we are now in the hands and mercy of the RAC. Thankfully, having bought an old Merc, I took the full BIFTA option on the RAC. So we'll get to the unit quick, but I did not expect the little MX5 to be the first car that used that policy. Yeah. So, well, at least it wasn't too long a wait. Coffee. Diagnosis. Not difficult to see. The nut in the bottom of the rod at 90 degrees. That's not right. A week. We managed a week, right? And then after doing my usual stuff, and believe me, I am fastidious when it comes to warming up my car and giving it a fighting chance of not dying. Driving onto the M8. Got to the top of the hill, there was cars in front of me, so I wasn't wide open throttle, and kablooey, ba-doom, engine kaput. The thing has a great big hole in the side of the block. Interesting. Now, I'm not going to be one of these internet keyboard warriors and go, oh well, you know, it couldn't have been mapped right. I don't know what's going on. To be honest, we have had a wee quick squiz in the map and there's no crimes there. This isn't a mapping issue, this is an engine issue. But how much of an engine issue, I don't know. Now, before we get diving into this, that's probably going to be in the next episode. I don't end them in cliffhangers often, but we are 3 weeks before the first race.
A couple of Nissan SR20 motors will pull up premium 1 week before race wars, huh?
And I have no engines.
We got no windows, do we?
I mean, I have nothing in the spare pile that will fit that. I've got a Mark 1 engine for some reason, and the one that's in the low cost is a VVTi. So nothing drops in this quickly and easily.
What are you feeling, Lance?
This seem familiar to you? Yeah, and I'm the one who's getting the oil in the mouth. The only thing I can say here is, I do have 3 weeks. This isn't engineered drama. Believe me, nobody would go to this level of pain just for the content. I'm just lucky, I guess, that this stuff falls in my lap. The problem I have though, having invested so much time, money and effort in this, with 3 weeks to go, that is not going to be ready either. So I've rolled the dice and it came up double ones. I do not have a car at all now, and I've got 3 weeks before I need to have one competitive. So I don't actually, I'm sitting here trying to end this episode and I don't even know what I'm going to do. But all you can do, and all we ever will do, is roll up the sleeves and try and get on with it. And until the next episode, that's exactly what I'm going to have to go and do. Thanks for watching.